Enugu State University of Science and Technology School of Postgraduate Studies 2023 Annual International Conference. Theme: Enhancing and Strengthening the Capacities of Doctoral Supervisors for Research Supervision in University. Sub-themes: Mentoring and Supervision, Research Integrity and Ethnical Issues in MSc and PhD Supervision and Publication. Supervisors' role in helping students to develop academic writing and research communication skills. Strategies for enforcing and ensuring safe study process, practice, and procedures in PhD research. Inspiring MSc and PhD students to embark on problem-solving research. Establishing useful collaborations within and without, and teamwork in supervision. Skills and processes for evaluating MSc and PhD research reports. Third-party research and outsourcing for PhD research. Managing students' expectation. The doctoral student and supervision relationship. Right doctoral students and building resilience in them for the journey. Contemporary doctoral supervision in the 21st century. Overcoming being the abusive, ghost, and micromanaging supervisor. Choosing doctoral research topics. Date: 12th and 13th July 2023. Venue: Professor Julius Honor Auditorium, Esut Agbani. Host: Professor Alicius Michael Okole, Vice Chancellor, Esut. Lead paper presenter 1, Professor Vincent Onodugo. Paper presentation 2, Professor EKNS Oyinshi. Host: Professor Samuel C. Ugu, Dean, School of Postgraduate Studies. For inquiries, contact Dr. Emeka Nnamani on 0803-307-0198 or 0808-012-0898. Email Dr. Nnamani65@gmail.com or Emeka Nnamani @esut.edu.com.
Thank you, Professor Samuel, the Dean of Peace. Please do us this favor by giving him another round of applause. Like he said, this is the first of this kind in history, and you know what it means. On that premise, I want to call on the chief executive of this university, the man who has been able to turn around this university for the good of scholarship, for the good of learning, for the good of humanity. He's no other person than the Vice Chancellor of this great university, Professor Alicius Michael Okole, the VC of Esut, as the man to podium to say one or two things for the
man of education who happens to be a prince and a doctor, everything combined. As if that one wasn't enough, he went and equally aggregated another thing which has to do with Jefferson. He knows where Jefferson is coming from. So I warmly welcome you, sir, to our university. The principal officers, the dean of deans, my paper presenters, and distinguished professors here, deans, directors, HODs, if we have non-teaching staff here, our dear students, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to be in your midst today for this intellectual harvest. Intellectual harvest in the sense that each time I hear about a workshop, I hear about conferences, I'm elated to be there. We cannot overemphasize the need for this kind of activity because it basically has to do with career review. You review yourself when you interface with your colleagues. That is why it is very important to agree to disagree, and to disagree to agree. Where do we agree and disagree? It is in this kind of forum, because we want to interrogate what we think we know about supervision. And the students that are here, we only learn the expectations in carrying out a worthwhile research. And that is why it is very important that we look for people who are already up there. On this note, I congratulate my dear friend and brother, Professor Sam Ogu, the Dean of Deans, for putting together this workshop. I equally congratulate your team for working assiduously in making today's event a reality. It is very difficult to organize something like this. Recall that in my maiden address, I charged all the deans to ensure that at least once a year we have intellectual harvest. So is one. Dean of Management is preparing September. We are preparing September. We are hoping that what we are learning today will help to strengthen. I'm not taking back my words. Now, our visitor raised very important issue of town and gang. That is why I'm very pleased to have the director of consultancy here. We have been working assiduously to bring in, tap into the knowledge and harvest what we have with the town with a view to building a very university. Between Thursday and Friday last week, I know we had meetings with 4 nationals, 4 countries: Germany, UK, US, and Canada in Abuja. And we capped it up with a virtual meeting when I returned on Saturday, 8 p.m. that day. We only had virtual meeting with the teams. These meetings were geared towards focusing the attention to our university. There is no way we can move forward without harvesting the gains inherent in the town. It was yesterday that Pharmaceutical Sciences brought white men to our office and we received them. That was a product of what we started. And they challenged the university. They said, challenge us, give your students opportunity to come at King's College, London. We shall receive them. We shall help to sponsor them. Bring your staff to equally come and collaborate for short-term programs at King's College. We shall assist in sponsorship. What again do you need? And this one was not virtual. They came here, they are still around. They are not leaving until 20th. So we are challenging all of us in our various fields to maximize all the opportunities. More especially now that we have a government in the state driven by values of private investments. I can project what may likely happen in the future, very near future. For 2 months now, we have not received subvention from the government. We have not, as at this moment. I don't know whether it will stretch to 3 months. Because they are now challenging all of us to stand with our 2 feet. I know they are going to give us, but they have not given. And even when I requested getting to 3 weeks, I had audience with His Excellency. I said, the subvention that we are receiving presently in Enugu cannot take us anywhere. That every month management will be sweating, looking for extra 200 million to add to subvention to pay 1 month's salary. That it was difficult to continue this way. He laughed and said, well, we are now saying the same thing. Have you seen the reality on ground? There are issues we are going to discuss After discussing, we'll know whether you need increment in subvention or whether you are not harvesting one or two areas you are not harvesting. That is the reasoning now. And we cannot achieve it without us reasoning together to unlock. You have seen one experiment the dean PG school did. Stop bringing unviable people to campus. That will come, bring viable people like Jefferson. Anybody that visits you and you are poorer, you have made a mistake. Institute is not a ground for rehabilitation of anybody, including any politician. We are not rehabilitating. It is academic ground. We are going to make it so fertile that people will come and invest in institutes. I've already informed His Excellency that I want to drive around this and see so many houses built by private sector, named after them, so that problems of classrooms, problem of laboratories, problem of inadequate facilities will come to an end. And they challenge us. They challenge us and say, and I told him, number 1, fencing. Number 2, fencing. Number 3, fencing. I said, if you fence a suit, you may not bother to bring anybody. We know where they are. We'll bring them. We'll bring them. This is the best hall we have in the suit. And it is for me, we are just starters. I want to be organizing management every year, one global conference sponsored by the university in a decent auditorium, multi-purpose hall, not this one. So before our visitor will leave, we appreciate him and we are requesting him to open up wider discussion with his friends and show us the friends. Don't take us to them, show us. We'll go and harvest all of them. Somebody from this part of the world, in Canada, called me during admission last year. He was ordering me, must give this one. This is a university, any structure built, apart from the founder, any structure we named after Kanoma. And I now said, you, show me what you have done, whether it is 1 naira you have put in this university, that will warrant that you are now ordering a VC. And I said, I will not do it. And I didn't do it. So, it is a call to service. I challenge in Kano people, DVC, take notes. When you go for your Kano meeting, tell them there must be a big hall, big classroom that Nkano, Buka, name it anything. Show that this university is in Nkano. We need filling station. We need filling station. As I'm speaking to you, I have land, I've mapped it out. We don't have works. Don't blame the director of works. Show me in the office works department. Nothing. So we must try and build that works yard. We must do that. Work on, I don't know, is Dean Agri here? Dean Agri. Anybody from Agri? They are not researchers. Have you seen it? That is why I give them projects, spend our money, and they will waste it in the farm. Now, I won't apologize to them, but because of that, I will not prioritize what management have decided. I saw from what they sent to us, students were in the classroom with leaking roof and water everywhere. And we had a standard management meeting to say that water will not going to rise again. And we now decided to remove the entire roof, redesign the roof, and replace with new roofing sheets. And that for this year extends to management sciences and education. Why we have not started work is not that we have not. We have kept the money long ago. It is complete. but we are just watching the rain. But because they are going to redesign the entire thing. If you remove only the roof, the problem will persist. We have tried it in MMP and it failed. We don't want to fail again. So we want to bring in new wood, redesign with Nigerian aluminium, because they told us that that's the best we can use and it's more expensive. So we have mapped that out and the resources are, boss, I hope I'm right, the money full amount ready to be disbursed, only waiting and watching the weather. But if any deal these 3 days can come and challenge us and say, we are ready, I can assure you next week we'll start removing everything. Now, because we are too negative, some of us, not all of us, in terms of attendance to conferences, management has decided that if by error you submitted papers for appraisal and they are not a member of your professional association, kindly come and withdraw that paper because it will not scale through. Every staff of a suit must attach evidence of being member of the professional association. If you are not a member, no promotion. We've had accreditations in this university. Problem we had was because they would now say at the College of Medicine, they say any staff who don't see proof of membership will not be counted as staff. Next week, 18th, they will be arriving again for engineering, and they have written us. Any person you quoted as your staff, if you don't see evidence of being a member, will not be counted for a suit. We are not going to wait for the rain to go down. We are now trying to avert it. That from now on, because staff are making things difficult for the management, from now on, any person that is not a registered member of the association will not be promoted henceforth in a suit. And any professor that do not have proof that is viable in terms of attending different conferences, even if it's once in a year, will no longer be appointed or allowed to contest any positions in the respective faculties. Why am I saying this? Most of us that are professors are thinking that we have reached the promised land. But when you are made a professor, that is the beginning of the research. Because you must show academic leadership. Your professional association will even come to this university to hold the annual conference and you will not attend. What kind of professor is that? After this year, all supervisors that will not be attending this annual refresher courses will cease to be supervising PhD students. Which means we hereby direct the Dean of SPGS to work harder. At the beginning of every academic session, based on people that attended previous workshop like this, you release the qualified people department by department, so that we formally write the HODs to take away their supervisors and give to viable people that can actually communicate to those students. Take for instance now, a student that you are supervising will be here, will learn improved method of carrying out research, and the supervisor is not aware of that method. What do you think will happen? Disconnect. The student will be right, and the analog supervisor will be dragging you down. Register, circulate what I'm saying, so that they will know I have said it. The way I'm saying it is the way we're going to carry it out. Other people are everywhere doing nothing. And we brought eminent people to come and rub minds with them on how to effectively supervise students to learn how the expectations in writing viable research. And we are somewhere gallivanting, doing the mundane. And after that, they are science supervisors to you. Yesterday, I sent a letter to a particular department and said, HOD, remove all courses and all students being under this man, so that when you finish with the normal administrative procedure, will know the way forward again. Not allow the thing to happen to you. if you don't allow our students to exist and graduate, investigate. After carrying out thorough investigation, we may call you and say, Allah, let my people go. And if you say no, you will go. The DVC did that recently. And I was very bitter with him when I heard the result. I said he would have referred the matter to me. It would have been faster. So I plead with all of us to always note that these men, women, youths that are under us are like our children. What will they say when they graduate about you? Are we reflecting? Where is the morality? After this year, any PG student that fulfilled all the conditions for graduation and didn't present certificate of participation in something like this will spend another 1 year waiting on the day we are going to organize it before you will graduate. Let me not waste time as if I'm a paper presenter. Let me welcome my dear friend and brother, Professor Igonish. Incidentally pushed me out of my seat as Dean of Faculty of Social Sciences and replaced me as the Dean of Social Sciences, University of Nigeria, Nsukka. If I had not done, it probably would have been deep today. That is why each time you have opportunity of stepping somewhere, please always thank God, because you are creating opportunities for other people to grow. He is a man I am well pleased. He is highly educated. He is a global figure. If you go to your research gate, go to your Google Scholar, just put the name, and I will not say much. Just put that name, Ernest Igonish. You will now understand why he is here. Because he's been traveling and traversing. I think fellow of so many German institutes and all that. South Africa, everywhere, presenting what he wants to present today to them. That is why international conference does not mean when you see somebody that is white. It is when you harvest somebody that has been training the white people that are in your midst, you harvest them. I don't need to talk much about the other red cap man down there. Onodugo. Onuga Onodugo today. The only problem we are going to have with Onodugo is that when he start talking, he is to be like a machine. So it is to give us the key. At the time we can't stop him, we put up the engine. He is a global figure. When we were having problem on how to get certificate programs in at the business school, we immediately begged him. He came there. I know that in the board meeting tomorrow, business school will be more viable than we used to hear about this business school. And it's bringing a lot of foreigners to key into that program at the business school, which will complement what His Excellency has told me, that will link up to another foreign business school that will collaborate with institutes in elevating our own to the global standard. I think I need to stop by thanking all of you for being here. Or as many as all of you that saw the need to come here, God will bless you immensely. You are going to discover that coming here today is more important than the mundane, and that you will be further enriched. There is no end to knowledge. There is no end to knowledge. Anytime you hear about workshop, conferences, please, if it is outside here, write a letter, tell me you are going for 1 week, I will permit you for 2 weeks. Because I know the relevance. Any lecturer, student, any day you come and you knock on the door of your lecturer, he's always or she's always in the office. That person is not doing well. He's a conventional teacher. If he's doing well, other people will see him or her, and you'll be going to deliver papers everywhere. Everywhere. So that you are sitting down every day here, you are not impressing me. Go so that others will see you. This committee of vice chancellors last Friday, I was selected to chair a panel by those white men. Even if I mean nothing, at least when they called VC, they added a suit. It is the name suit that is going global. So I thank you, I thank you, I thank you, I thank the organizers, and we are going to go back today. Richard and we met it, and tomorrow the harvest continues. May God bless you.
Please, may we give the Vice Chancellor a rising ovation, rising ovation, please, rising ovation, rising ovation. Yes, so that may we get seated. As a matter of honor, may we get seated. Thank you. Thank you, the Vice Chancellor. We couldn't have expected less than that. We have had him. When the students were clapping, when the Vice Chancellor was saying, some of the supervisors are here, some of them were looking at you. I hope you know the consequence. So be careful. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Please, another round of applause for him, please. Yes. This is a very wonderful person, another global figure with us. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please, our students and staff, please, you can see we have visitors from University of Nigeria, from Rivers State University, from outside the suite. It will be embarrassing by the time they will be speaking, and they will be speaking to empty hall. It is not good. Please, stay till the end of this program. If it is PDP or APC, you will stay, or level. You will stay. The governor may even tell you he's coming by 10 in the morning. He will come by 3. Still, you will be dancing, waiting. What is wrong with some of us? But this is the time for us to have intellectual harvest. And some of us would like to leave. It will be embarrassing by the time our guest speakers will be coming. Please, let us not embarrass ourselves. Thank you. May we now proceed. We have the program. You will now see that we are at 11, or at 10. That's where we are. Without wasting time, it is my singular honor and privilege to call on the lead paper presenter one, which are the Christian keynote speaker, Professor Vincent Enugu, to please step forward as the doctor here will be reading a brief citation before your presentation. Professor Enugu, please, can you graciously grant us this request? Dr. Najez, please briefly say to the whole world who he is.
PhD, FCAI, FHA, FNIN. Vincent Onoduku is the Professor of Management and currently the Dean, Faculty of Business Administration at the University of Nigeria, Enugu campus. He is an alumnus of University of Port Harcourt, University of Nigeria and Hagai Leadership Institute, Hawaii, USA. He is an organization and human development consultant and researcher of over 25 years experience. He has over 75% consultant and researcher of over 25 experience. He has over 75% review publications in national and international journals. He is a peer review workshops and conferences and presented 350 papers in the process. He has conducted research supervised by Institute of Development Studies, Geneva. He has consulted for the World Bank, UNIDO, PARS, USAID, Market, SPARC, DFID, UNICEF, EU, Afrodan, Global, Central of Nigeria, National Planning Commission. I have a applause for that. With a clapping ovation, may I introduce the first lead speaker, of today's PG International Conference, Professor Vincent A. Onodugu.
Professor Onodugu, the microphone is yours as everybody listens.
Even for that lengthy introduction, your clap is too small. Chairman of the occasion, Dr. Jefferson Naman, our own dynamic Vice Chancellor, my brother and friend, Professor Aloysius Michael Kobe. Please permit me to stand on all the protocols that have been established. It's my privilege and I savor the opportunity given to me to be a part of this median international conference organized by the School of Postgraduate Studies. I want to thank in a special way our own university management, particularly the Dean of Deans, Professor Sam, for putting together this pioneer international conference. I see my assignment not exactly like the chairman did say. This is not a place for talk shop. I'm not going to provide the answers as much as I'm going to ask the questions. My belief, I want to see us move away from our comfort zone. If there's any place in the university environment that we are deficient, it is in the area of research. So my assignment, I'll be happy by the time I'm leaving that I knock you off your comfort zones and edge you on to be able to move into this very precious arena called research supervision. That's it, without what I know, and because time is on our side. My topic is effective supervision, leveraging on the past pitfalls to reclaim future opportunities. I used to tell my PhD students, one place will never have enough people to handle the opportunities is the area of research. There are set vacancies all over the world on almost every field. What is lacking are the people who are competent enough to be able to take up those opportunities. That said, we'll look at the context, the place of supervision in the field of academia. We'll look at the past perception of the place of supervision. Let's make this place conducive for presentation. We have moved away from the analog presentation, reading papers. People will sleep off, no matter how wonderful those presentations may be. So we are in a digital world, we are in the knowledge economy, where we must make use of the enabling capabilities of the ICT. Then we look at the leveraging supervision to claim the future opportunities for visibility and linkage with industry. The marriage between the town and Ghana, we cannot help us. I'm going to paint a proper picture. The Vice Chancellor said something very germane that he can say about the future, and I can also say about the future. If you look at what the government is doing, they're saying we don't have enough money to give education. Already in 2 months, your 2 months are in arrears. Federal universities are in trouble. Deep trouble. Government is sending signals. They've even made a law to give loans to students. In other words, they're telling you, well, 1 year you have to pay, you have to get school fees to be able to pay yourself. So the partly funding that is coming from the government is going to be linear by the day. So universities must go to the field, must go to the Fund Alliance in the industry to be able to sponsor this. Besides, what we need to put on ground to be able to take advantage of this opportunity. And then we will Then we'll look at that and then we'll conclude this presentation. It's going to be too long. Now, by way of context, the building blocks. The globalization driven by advancement in information technology has shrunk the world into a global village. And a major source of research activities is through postgraduate studies, postgraduate supervision. That's the major, because you can't fund it. How many of us receive? About 1% of the staff receive research grants. Government doesn't give any money for research, except National Research Grant for Bedford, which if you put all of them together, 2%. So the bulk of the research we do, even the 10% we do, come from what our postgraduate students do, our PhD doctoral students do. So it's very critical. So the quality and quantity of PhD research work is dictated by supervision. By the way, let me say this. PhD is what introduces body academic into the field of research. PhD is a gateway for scholarship for them. That's why we have to be careful in allowing them to select topics in a field where they hope to stay for a very long time. Key. Let's go. What is the poor perception of the place of supervision in the past leading to missed opportunities? This is very important. In the past, postgraduate supervision was mainly seen as a process that prepares students for a world of higher degrees. Let my people do what? Some students are even willing to take the certificate if they don't go to class. If you give them the certificate, I can tell you, over 60% of our doctoral students who believe to take the certificate without undergoing tuition. They will pay you. You are not doing them well, you are not doing yourself well, you are not doing institution and the nation at large any good if you so the appease to such tendencies. Now, the process is transactional. Let's take it. Because of this perfection, PhD is a process by which you award certificates, degrees. The process is transactional for both students and supervisors. Students stop at nothing to inflame the supervisor, including running domestic errands to gain traction. While supervisors extract as much as possible from the students, while the relationship some people have done their, if you are going to bury your mom, if you are going to do anything greatly, I think this place will take over the concept. Some people have even given them to become domestic servants. Go and do errands for me. If they are willing to do those things, they are nothing wrong with those things. But let it not be a slave for the certificate. Sometimes project topics are coined with little modification from what has been done by students in other schools. They go to UNN, they go to whatever, to look at topics they have done and parade. By the way, I don't know whether you upload your thesis, your PhD thesis, and you upload it online. You don't. Because you upload your work, you'll be so shocked. Somebody will tell you that it's a research, this is the person did several years ago. the research topics and process disconnects from the real problem plaguing the whole of industry and practice. Sometimes students will do degree this. I say, look, why have a little mistake? Disconnects me from reality. Any PhD thesis that does not speak to the problem of society is an exercise in you don't need to go far. There are too many problems staring us in the face. People who are in the field of energy. South Africa has about 58,000 megawatts or so of electricity. Look at the population. We are still struggling today. We are still struggling. We have not gone beyond 7,000 megawatts with our population. What else do you need to do? You need to speak to the problem. The reverse, the flip side of any problem are opportunities. I don't know what I'm saying making sense here. I also do entrepreneurship. If you want to know the area that will profitable in business, look at the areas that will have a problem in society. The flip side of any problem anywhere is an opportunity. If people try to go and fetch water 2 months before they come to prepare to go on the end of that thing, what does that tell you? The water is additional here. So if you find a way to supply the water, you can take water and go about business. Then you into business. Then you let the number of people who are going to take it. That's the way to do business plan of business studies. How else do they do? Do you notice that every company, almost every multinational, they are into water? Because we consume this on a regular basis. Gone are the days when people now take scoop water to drink. Okay, let's go. Now, because of this poor perception of the place of supervision, the research outputs end up in the university library display cupboards. Gathering what? Little is mentioned about using the proposal for research grants and scholarship. Listen to me. I'm sure that Professor Ike Onishi, my respect, my brother Dean of Social Sciences, he will say, tell us how to get research grants along the line. Get him. Most of the research grants that are won, most of them have come from PhD doctoral thesis. The more we increase the number of our PhD students whose proposals can fetch research grants, then this university has started being a business of research. And there are a lot of funding, research funding organizations all over the world. So there are too many. The most difficult one is that most reports could not be published in high-index journals by both students and supervisors. Let me tell you, if a PhD thesis cannot obtain at least 3 international publications, it's a waste of effort. Just a sheer waste of effort. What is not published didn't exist. You know, I keep telling students, one of the things I tell my students, my PhD students, scholarship is not what we do in the classroom. It's not taught. Scholarship is what you documented and published. It will survive you, it will outlive you. Generations will read it. Adam Smith was a professor of logic and philosophy, but today we are accrediting him as the father of economics because he wrote a book called The Power into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nations in 1776. It does not matter what is talking. And let me tell you also, society is moving away from certificate-based society to competence-based society. We are coming to a point where everybody knows what is coming. But what can you do? School to school, the way the motivation is different from the person who acquires prosthetics and social science. Hungry Need for knowledge and research appeals to you that people are really interested in knowledge. And they want to learn about this research. Desires of acquiring research and scholarship skills that people want to debate how to go through. If you see those people, you must be on your toes. You must teach them all. You must cook them. You must monitor them. Those are people that will take you to places. If you pay, the ones you don't know, honest, look for those who know and send the person to the person. Just be interested in grooming the person and bless the person. If you have one of them, they can take you to places. They can even invite you to a program and they put the paper for you to present and they pay you. You don't know that. I tell some of my students who say, get it. I said, all of us are looking for money. But the approach of looking for that money is, I believe in investing in my students. And they will talk. That's what human capital investment is all about. Every minute you are not visiting me with envelope. Some supervisors make it must put envelope before they do your work. They take what they are giving to you. Once they give it to you and you take it, once they finish it to you, they come to take it. But if you bring one person useful, who will require back, who look back and say, this man trained me. I went to IMT to present the vice chancellor of the deputy rectors began to took some time to talk about how I helped him to complete his PhD. If such a person becomes the government, they can work anyhow. Desirous of acquiring research and scholarship skills, learning to train others on how to go about research. There are people who already are members of the academy. They want to learn how to be able to do their work well, to take positions. For career progression and growth, including publications, there are people who are doing this for this. So you need to know the motivation. And then look at profiling supervisory styles. Supervisory styles. If you look at the supports, the vertical, you're talking about the supervisory supports. People have to give support with materials. The first thing I do for my PhD students, I give them my own PhD online, then I soft copy of my PhD. I finished in 2000. In 2009, I remember. So I just give it to them, and then certain standard international journals I sent to them. Let me tell you, the first debating ground for PhD doctoral students, let the person read well-written journal articles, almost in citations, in references, apostille. Most of those things are encapsulated in those. There was one article I read when I was doing PhD. I finished reading that article. That article is capable of producing 2 or 3 PhD. Conceptually, I now know why they do away with paper. When I started writing initially, for index, they write it and put it away. And also quality writing. In fact, the accuracy here, if you like, the major deficiency we have in scholarship in Africa is writing. If you can improve on the writing, even in consultancy, writing is key. And the only way to improve your writing, read well-written works. In fact, sometimes I put them away. They came to read their management and guidelines and so on. I said, take Walk to Freedom, take Walk from First World to Third World, Startup Nation. Some books from any national, read it. There was a country, this fall apart. Read anything written by Chimache. One of the best writers the world has produced. If you're reading Chimache, you don't need to do anything. You just flow. Now, supervisory support, the structure. The first quadrants, the lower quadrant, laissez faire, meaning that the support the supervisor gives is low, and the structure is low, meaning that there was no structure, there's no form. You don't go about that. This week, do I send it online, man? If your support is low and your structure is low, it's less affair. You know how students, you know how you know where you belong. When the students see that your name, they are attached to them as your supervisor, they are actually will tell you how you are profile. The next one is, if you like tutorial or directorial, somebody will expect from you, do this, but you will not let them have. I used to tax my colleagues when we do this to this whole workshop is stated, keep aside. Even when I go out, if I tell you this topic is not good, I will give you a penalty. If I say this objective is not, I will write that to what I think it should be. Support. You don't give support. You keep saying, this one is back, this one is back, this one is back. How many more I have? There you go. All one I have again. You put your board. You have no super care. You put your board here. Put your board here. People of that's one piece. Then the pastoral. High supervisory support and low structure. Hello? Listen. Be careful in this place. It's good to be supportive, but don't write the project for your students. Hello? Some of us get to the point of writing the project for our students and know how to manage them. You can help, somebody can be guiding them, somebody can be helping them, and all that. But don't write the work for so then, contractual, high supervisory support, high structure. That people who can come Tuesdays by 10 to this leader here, they bring you, they guide you, they support you, and also that structure. Students know that when they tell you to come, they are there. Send it on. One of my students that I say, send it on and I do and grab it and send it back to you. One of the things I miss going around doing administrative program is that I don't have time for my students. Like, what I do is that some of my assistants. Okay. So what I do is that I take dates. Hello? As much as possible, listen to me. I told myself some time ago that I will retire at 60. Retirement to me is not that I will stop teaching or resign. No. Retirement, I mean that I will go to work because I want to go to work, not because I must go to work. You know, there are two different things. If you give me something I don't like, I feel it is uptight. That's what other people do. You cannot eat on those money without being uptight. Deliverables, like they use the language deliverables. You have to wake up at night. Others are sleeping. You wake up at night, you do deliverables. You have to do so much. I want to do it like that time. What my people, my sisters cannot do at that time, and the ones I will do, the one I will do at my pace. That's what I call style retirement. And for me to do that, I need to train people. In all that I'm doing, I need to get people along. It's difficult to train people. Hello, especially Igbos. It's difficult. Because once they know a little, they want to play them go on. And if you're not careful, they even go behind and be starting to take your job. But nonetheless, it's good for us to mentor people. Once you mentor people, but those people who will become useful to you or those who God will reward you. Hello? And then you can point out, you are being the only one analyzing data. Even when you are a professor, you are teaching, analyzing data. And because you are not you don't have as much time. Even the updates in analysis, you are behind, but you're struggling. You don't want to teach anybody. Clean people. Because okay, do this for me. That's a joke that will come and say, okay, this I pay this amount. My boss do it at this amount. They will be happy. So you make more money without applying yourself to work. Just reduce supervision. Okay, let's go. 12 supervisors for government effectiveness. Exercising for the project and the students, you must be exercising. You must take them serious. Let me tell you, alumni are not supporting the universities because of the way they are treated. Hello? Students are willing to give back to the university if they are well treated. If they are roughly treated, they are enemy in the marketing company. They will tell you, don't go to that place. That difficult flow. Don't go. They kept me for 10 years. Don't even try it. Sharing supervisors' knowledge, experience with the students. Regular and when necessary emergency meetings. Prompt review of manuscripts, abstracts, and other texts. Guarantee availability of funds, facilities, and support. You know when we know we have got it. If your students start using their proposal, you do exactly that. Once you're able to do that, you are there. Just try it, set yourself targets. In the next 2 years, and get one of your PhD students to use proposal to win this grant. You pass, even if this is local one, start with local one. By the grace of God, I won the local one some time ago. Now, this last year, I won the national grant fund. So start. This man has got from several places. So start from wherever you are. Guarantee availability of funds. Okay, yeah. Supervisor and students should keep track of the progress of the research project. Recommend courses, texts, conferences for the students. Very important. You cannot recommend conferences for students if you don't attend conferences. If you cannot recommend textbooks, you cannot give to them. One of the things you gain for reviewing international journals that you have, sometimes they give you access to their online journals for a period. You can download as much as possible. Maintain a balance between guidance and independence.
We are one of thank you. That is seated. Yeah, it is not easy. Whoever has said it is easy should go and try. Ladies and gentlemen, we are all proud of you. We are all proud of you. We are going to listen to the second speaker. But I want to tell you for free that at the table here, he had already told us, even before we went here, that he is going to summarize the points in few minutes. The second speaker is going to summarize his points in few minutes. And if you allow him, he will talk more than the first speaker. Because these are all academic people. These are men of timber and caterpillar, intellectual, sagacious, and erudite professors. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, join me as I humbly request Professor Ellis to please step out as I take on Dr. Rebecca to also briefly say one thing or two few things about him before he take off. Thank you and thank you very much. Dr. Rebecca, and the floor is yours. Thank you very much. I know that some of us find it difficult to stay in a lengthy lecture. And then some of us want to be in a jiffy. Whichever way you flash it, you thank God. I'm here to give a little brief citation of Professor Ike Onishi. Ike Onishi holds a doctorate in organizational psychology and is a professor and dean faculty of social science, University of Nigeria, Nsukka, You can understand from me that the Soka have been providing for us. All this while, the lead speaker and then Oyeshi. The round of applause for that please. He was acting director, Center for Policy Research and Head of Department of Psychology, University of Nigeria. He is a recipient of many national and international awards. He served as a visiting scholar, so research fellow and guest speaker in many universities in the world and within Nigeria. This is inclusive. If we begin to name them, the world will go through Africa, Europe, and United States. He is very active in research and has collaborated with over 100 scholars in more than 50 countries in many successful research projects. He has published over 100 papers when we have been asked to publish only 2. Okay. When we talk about the journals he has shown his eco-ish, professor of psychology to give us what we have today, and we thank God.
Thank you. The microphone is yours.
Thank you very much. Thanks. I just want to stand on the University of Technology, the Dean of the School of Postgraduate Studies, and all of you for inviting me to share my experiences with you. I will start by saying that I listened to my following his presentations, and those are just my presentations I got. So what I have here is a very short one. I also observed that we have stayed a long time here. So talking too much may not do us much. So what I'll do is maybe in 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes, to summarize what I have and we can interact more. And I also understand that some of my teachers are also here. Some well-established professors, some of them in my field also. So I have very little things to say that they do not know. So maybe just share my experiences, and maybe in a very few minutes, we can move for maybe more discussions. I'll try to provide us in many ways, reduce the slides to very minimal areas. Areas that I feel that they are touched, but maybe we need to emphasize one or two things. So my focus now is on mentoring and development of research excellence in universities. What I try to do here is to look at areas, especially in PhD supervision, mentoring will be very relevant for all of us. So my focus will be to all of us as supervisors and mentors, and also to all of us as mentees and PhD students. Which areas can move focus as we go through this long, sometimes 3 years, 4 years, sometimes almost 30 years mentoring people, not only to our PhD students but also our colleagues within the university. So I'm going to look at very few areas and wrap it up. I'm sure that we have more, but let's try to summarize. Okay. The Vice Chancellor, the chairman of this event, has already done the introduction for me, and I may just spend very few minutes there. The focus of the university is to create knowledge, to solve our problems, targeting national development, world development. That's the essence of universities. And that's why sometimes when I'm happy that ASU President Chairman is here, one honorable government, what comes into our mind that abandon their responsibility. They are asking, not too long ago, a sitting member of the House of Representatives of this country was asking us what they were producing. That university has become a call center. And and I'm sure that all of us were shocked. Because if universities are concept and then what the national assembly is something that we cannot describe here. University is not meant to start making money. It's to create knowledge, and that knowledge is translated to money. Maybe not within the university, but within the society. That's the sense of it. And that's why governments all over the world invest a good amount of money in universities, more than other aspects of education. If you go to Europe, in almost all countries in Europe, education at university level is free. All PhD students enjoy full 100% scholarship in Germany, in Sweden, in Finland, in Hungary, all 100% scholarship. Because they know that they put money there. And sometimes they also invite professors from all over the world to come and do research. And they put millions and millions of euros and dollars to get them just doing research. So that means it's a priority. University is a priority, and we should know the reason why they are keeping hundreds of them there, here. At the University of Nigeria, I think we have almost 7,000-8,000 scholars doing nothing but research and teaching students. And you know the amount of money government is paying, even at the little money they are paying them. And that just shows the priority. So the good research practice is about empowering appropriate behaviors of researchers, colleagues, and all stakeholders in the enterprise of research. What it means is that if you are not making people learn how to do research, you will end up not producing the type of scholarship that you are expecting. So that's actually why the people are here. Why the PhD school is thinking of spending a 2-day workshop on trying to build our skills on research. And in most universities, younger colleagues, PhD students are expected to work under someone who is more than them in terms of experience. So that's why we have PhD supervisors who are established scholars and expected to nurture other younger people to become like them. I think that's the sense of what Professor Lulu has been trying to talk since morning. In some universities, it's just the work of a single thesis supervisor. Just one person supervising one individual. In other universities, it could be a team of supervisors, 2, 3, 4 supervisors supervising one person. I'm not really bothered about that. It may be resources, it may be practice, it may be culture of the university. But what is important is that the whole essence is to improve the young person. There are advantages and disadvantages of those who briefly talk about them later. In most places like the United States, what we usually have a team of supervisors or a postgraduate committee or one person, about 3, 4, 5 persons supervising one individual. That could be the main supervisor, co-supervisors, and member of the team. But now, most countries, most of them, even if they have passed ordinary, or maybe there's something, maybe a question you didn't really clarify to the student when they get into problems. And if they are not there, they may fail them without even understanding why they fail. So because of that, I have co-supervisors and help. I've stayed only once within the 2 years. And the target of my visit was just to come and see them and be sure that they are progressing. But within that time, most of them have been on their proposal and progress. If we didn't have co-supervisors for them, they may not have finished within that period. So co-supervision may be important. But especially with highly mobile academics. If every time you're on the trip, you are not in the US, you are not in one village, you are in order, you are supposed to suffer. But if you are 2, it's likely that 2 of you may not, 2 or 3, all of you will not travel at the same time. And maybe someone like Professor Lulu will say, now we're part of the position, my students are suffering. When I arrived here, someone sent me a mail for almost 4 days. I have not been able to look at that mail. I'm still needed to progress. But I feel like one person may have read it, and I can trust on what the person has done and move on. So there are advantages and disadvantages of that, and we will not be able to bother so much about it. But mentorship at postgraduate level, we all know that obtaining a PhD is very stressful. Getting a good PhD is very, very stressful. There is no, if it is easy for you, especially in this part of the country, even if you are not doing it, you are getting the skills. But asking a doctor is a big deal here. So going through the PhD program is also very difficult. So going through all alone may be more problematic. So that's why we need supervisors. But we're not just looking at supervisors as supervisors, but supervisors as mentors. I had Prof has already done that in terms of classifying supervisors, different types and whatever. They have advantages and disadvantages. But if we move away from pure supervised mode to mentorship mode, it will change a lot. So the major focus of mentorship is just like what you do in apprenticeship. Someone who is very knowledgeable in a trade will undergo through the person, learn the tricks of the trade, and after 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, 7 years, they say you are now a big man or that. And we can now move from that shop to our own shop. Same thing. That's what you do in training students. Is to train them to do skills, not just having that doctorate. I've had experience of that over and over. When students do not appreciate what we are trying to do, they needed a play as Professor Lulu mentioned, not the skills. But all of us as supervisors should move away from that. In as much as I appreciate that you don't give what you don't have, but give all you have first. Let them know all the skills you have. If they're able to get from others, they are, but they should not go lower than you. If they go lower than you, they also supervise people who be lower than them. They supervise another group that be lower than them. In the 4th generation of students that coming out of here, then we have no people at all. That's why you should be able to make sure that you are giving them that skill so that they're able to learn it and train others. I was here last week also sharing some of the experience of this nature. And I said, I was given a course to teach PhD students. And I asked them to join the master's students as we are talking so that at the point when we finish with basic things, we can now move on to talk about PhD research method topics. The PhD students didn't come. I didn't see them. They thought that I didn't know. Some of them were online. I was noticing who and who that was there. Without knowing that word is saying, that title is not changed to this. In that after the introduction is too weak. I want to remove paragraph 4, leave paragraph 1, title paragraph 1 to be this and this, and send one sentence there. We change the whole attitude of the reviewers and editors. But for me, we didn't want to put anything because it did the literature review. Without knowing that I've done literature review for the past 30 years. So the same thing happens here. You needed to allow yourself to be mentored by people who are higher than you. If they are starting to be Oga and you have all the time to become Oga. Some of us will serve almost 25 years, 30 years as professors. Why do you want to jump in everything? Just allow yourself to make it like being enjoy. I'm a professor for 10 years and I'm serving for the next 20 years. So if I can become Oga from now, it's not too late now. I still have almost 20 years to serve as a professor. So it means that you have all the spaces. Important thing is to start small. And that was it. So I've already done that. It's you that the supervisors and mentees that want to come here so that people can be able to supervise you. I've already discussed this mode of supervision. It could be one-to-one. It could be 2 persons doing a supervising 1 person. It doesn't matter. But what I will be talking to us as who have a opportunity of co-supervising since our students, please do not create more problems for them if you want to supervise. Make sure that you don't have conflict among yourselves. If you have conflict, resolve it among yourselves, but don't push the students to know. You can always talk with colleagues. Because you are correct, the person who corrects can set another supervisor. And the person who starts from the one that corrected will cancel it. His own understanding. Don't get annoyed. He's not correcting it because I see your own. He's correcting it because he felt his own. If you get into that conflict, call the person for discussion. I'll give you my own experience. When I left for Hong my co-supervisor supervising a student. Maybe a student for more than me. Maybe if I report for just a 2 weeks discussion with them, he said he has no proposal. I said, how? You didn't tell me again. He said, no, that's supervisor approved. I said, we'll talk on internet every day. So let me see what you propose. And I saw the proposal. For the person is not the type that we propose it. But what I did was not to research what he did. I said, you are going to I will have a session, a whole day session. And I started educating him why we cannot go through that path. Because if you go through that path, it's already a young academic. I started from so if you go through that path, that will be the end of that project. You can't publish it. Because we are doing something. Because in academics, there are two things I'm going to touch it. There are two things you do in publication, you should notice. If you are this not a focus on maybe exact method per se. But if you are writing any paper, and you are not the first to do it, that paper cannot fly. Don't supervise the page to who is not the first to do that. We are not saying the first in that area, but the first to do that in something. No editor, no serious editor will accept your paper. If you are not the first, you must not consented to the rest of our knowledge, you are the first. Then you explain the first one. To do it in this way, maybe new methodology, maybe new ideas, maybe new context that's very strong. So we mention context. But it's really problematic. Context shouldn't solve all problems. Because science is science. I'm going to discuss it short. Don't just say because we are doing it, you are the first person doing it in Africa, it doesn't matter. If it's well established, accounting, if it's well established, that's the best way to go accounting. You cannot regret the way. Like there's something so serious there at requires context. If not, go and do science first. It's after dealing with science and come to context. Context is just a little bit of. If you are only contextualizing, what it means, we allow the Westerners to break through and to come and contextualize. So break through, let them do the context. So that's actually what I know. So and in doing research, either you are trying to say the first, there are two things there. Either you are trying to break through, to do something marvelous, or you are doing something very stupid. In research, not every time you are first that is important. You be first stupid person doing that. And that's why I what my student was doing. You are two of us who have been the first stupid people following that line. And I told him in science, if you are doing something that nobody has done, be careful. Either that they know that it's not possible and left it. And they started doing something that's impossible. You are the first hopeless person to go through that. And the science won't take you as a hopeless person. Nobody will listen to you. If you start doing something that's not possible in science, and that's what he was doing. Along the line, we went through the board member saying it was good, you can go. I said, we are not going to punish you. We are not going to start. They don't know what we are doing. They are in charge. We are going to do it well. Get it well. We are not going to go back to proposal. But when we finish, we will talk to my co-supervisor to see why we have pushed so that we will be able to pass and make this work non-meaningful. Immediately we finish, I said it to the co-supervisor. I said, we have to adjust this and feel that it may not fly at the long run, especially in the international community. And she accepted. And the student was happy. I'm happy and no damage anywhere. Because the student was our focus, not two of us fighting who is right and who is wrong. Understand what I mean? So getting respect from others is the best mode for supervision. As Prof. Olodo say, even if it's not officially done, get people who are knowledgeable in that and ask them to contribute. It doesn't matter. Many scholars do not do it. I supervised more than 10 PhDs before I became a PhD supervisor. And I dedicated some of them are contribution with them. And I became became my team member as I was going. So it doesn't matter. People are willing to support, even if they are not related, it doesn't matter. But what I do here, when you also support my students, I also include them in the publication because that end one issue I also feel to highlight when talking about mentorship is improving critical evaluation in postgraduate research. It's a major challenge we have. People do not do anything anymore. What postgraduate students will do is just, when I arrive for the post, after the post now that is compulsory, they'll just come home and bring 3 topics. They go back to the library and generate 3 topics. And say choose one. The PhD student asking me to choose. I usually don't choose because I'm not a researcher. And sometimes I play with them. Okay, come, this 3 topics, I don't like any of the 3. He said, go and bring another if you wish. They will go and bring another topic and I know where they are coming from. I can go back and pick the cases where they pick those topics from. The important thing is to focus on the problem. Prof, you are ready to solve it. When you focus on the problem, you'll be able to generate research topic around the problem and solve problems that are scattered everywhere. In short, researchers here are the longest researchers because you are not on anything at all. You know, in the West, before you finish something, somebody is already doing it. But here, we are not doing anything at all. So critical imagination is very important. Let our students take deep. Do away with those topics that are selected. If they select it, cancel it. If they are making any sense around that problem, create a problem around that and you need to generate topic that can solve the problem. So 3 things are better than the important as a kind of think through it. One is a need for careful design. No matter this discipline, especially those of us that are approaching using the empirical methods. If you don't design your studies well, you are not going to produce anything meaningful. And personally for me, what would I gain if a student wears our red qualification band and I see him passing with DPA, why the paper does not contribute to anything to my career? I tell my students, the only thing I have is I am publishing this paper and my name is there. If you really publish the paper and you did not translate it into policy change, like I said, these guys, group of researchers in this part of the world and this policy change game, then what is my gain? I will wasted my time 3 years talking with you. And that's actually what we need. So you should be also interested in what our students are doing so that I can benefit us too. Especially, I'm sure that most of our problem is, like I say, the performance management system guy is poor. Somebody becomes a professor and not publish any paper and earn the same amount of money. I'm already in power by February. So from February, I'm not getting any other thing more than any other professor in this company, no matter how hard I work. And that's the reason why people don't know it. But if the ties of this is to productivity, even if it's a promotion like appointment and this, if I'm the vice chancellor like I say, it's also important. I'll give an example and I'll move on. Don't supervise students that just they do topic. Most of them implications for management, implications for accounting, those things are not part of topics ordinary. Implications will come and appropriate that. You tell me anything. You must have implication in it. If it doesn't have implication, what is there? It becomes just a kind of a story that doesn't make sense. I'll give you an example, and you know when I talk about science, you must be measuring your variables and allowing test your variables, especially those doing empirical studies. I'll give you an example. I'm sure that some of us in education. I usually use them as an example because I've worked with many scholars there. Especially students who want analysis, especially when I was starting my career. And when you see the question that I have raised, you realize that I have done nothing. PhD. I'll give you an example. School environment and academic performance. A PhD student in education will approach this in this way. You will go and develop a questionnaire, 40 items questionnaire, and ask students of primary school or whatever, then they say a case study of a particular secondary school. They will go to that secondary school, ask students, if the environment is clean, the performance will increase. Strongly agree, disagree. If students are too many in a class, academic performance will drop. Strongly agree, disagree. We will have many teachers in specific subjects teaching the courses, academic performance will improve. Strongly agree, and they give this questionnaire to students to complete. And so to finish the completion, and they come and do the analysis and conclude. Cut off point. Once the mean is more than 4 points, the team strongly agree. So means that the academic environment, academic environment is very affects student performance. You don't measure it. You think that person measured anything? He didn't measure anything. All environment in that secondary school will perform that experiment. That's the same environment. So the environment didn't change. It's like constant. You don't use constant to test anything. Something must vary before you measure it. If something is not valid, you cannot measure it. So, and they will claim in the recommendation, school management or school, postgraduate school, whatever they call it, post-graduate school should improve school environment. If you improve school environment, that will not improve because you need to test the school environment. And that's why the problem will have. And that's why they are not trusting us. We are not producing evidence that is tight for them to trust us. For you to test school environment, you need to validate. The best minimum standard is to take about 200 schools in Enugu State, for example. Go and get the indicators of the environment in those schools, like number of people in the class, number of teachers, students, or whatever the indicators of environment means to you. You define it. Then you cannot take their performance maybe wire, maybe junior wire, or the achievement test that you develop yourself, and see if these people in good schools The higher they score in that academic environment, the higher the achievement test or the wire and this. If that's the simple test you can do, and you can claim that school environment actually influence academic performance. You understand what I mean? It's not, if you really learn anything, especially those who are that, don't play as well that way. I don't know why it happened, but in this part of it started and it continued. Going into management, going into social sciences, people continue to do that kind of research. That research is no research. If you have a PhD with that, where you are down, but the level we learn. Don't produce students that are doing that. You can't produce that paper in any way. Because you are not doing anything. And that's why you present management people to publish papers in top journals. What you can do, the best option you can do is to say you are looking at perception of school students on the role of academic performance on this. You can test their perception, it doesn't matter. But your recommendation will not go too deep now. You are testing perception. Because what you have sustained in doing, and this is really good there, but you know what we investigated? Stupidity among secondary school students. Because any student who says that good environment does not translate to performance is a more well done. So if you see anybody saying it does not translate, it means the person head is not correct. So you are not measuring that academic, you are making how sensitive the students there to know that the good environment can lead to good performance. The only people that can say no, they can't study, is only when they went to school of the mentally retarded. That's the only time they can get any answer on anything. Understand what I mean? So we have just ended up not doing anything. Finally, overcoming some common challenges of practical imagination. I like it to and move on. There are things that are weighing down people not thinking from practically thinking. One, he has already mentioned it, I don't want to go back there. The kind of comfort zone, people want to stay in their comfort zone, push them away from their comfort zone so that I can take practically. But I have two here. It's a common sense. And I just put it from home. When I say, when life is not there, and all is needed to be valued, who tells us nothing else? What we can learn from every coffee house conversation. If you are doing a research and cannot do something, look at research that are solving a puzzle. If you are not solving a puzzle, then you are not doing research. You are just telling us what to know. If I walk from here to piano or new artisan and enter one piano over there, other a bottle of stamp here, and one person are taking 4 bottles of beer, I is telling you what you are telling as a research. What does it mean? That you are wasting your money, especially when people are giving money to do the research. And Professor Wade is there. Are you see here? I was invited sometime in the past by the Nigeria Political Science Association to do a keynote of this nature. And I told big boys, well-established scholars, professors in the 80s, seated and said, do you know why there are no one employing you as chief political advisors to the governments of the country and state government? Because you are not producing evidence. You are not telling them anything. They can learn it from somebody with a degree in environmental science. They can learn it from a medical doctor. If you see the political advisors of all this, that none of them is a political scientist. Because they are not producing evidence that what I it's not like they agree and they say they did the research. No, do deep analysis that can inform policy. And they will hire you. Because you be the only person that can solve that problem. The same thing, training capacity. I selected this because they want to and that's what we do, and we cannot change that pattern forever and ever. Instead that I expect something after tomorrow, we'll come back to the class and want to change something. And you say no, that's what you want to do it in sociology. I'll give an example. I did a workshop and was telling people the basic analysis, the sophisticated analysis that is possible today. And someone told me that it's not done in economics. I said, not done in economics, who say that? You cannot prove from discipline and do something better in economics. You are going to usually display poverty. No, nah. You need to prove from those in the studies, those in computational studies, those in anything, to know if you can improve economic analysis. And I said, you are not bothered. That's what you are doing. Which journal have you taught where you are putting this you are doing well in economics in that was called department? I want to read it in the American Economic Review. I want to read it in Position of National Academy of Science. I want to read it in Nature. I want to read it in Science while we talk. So that if I read it, I know that you are doing it well. I will for it. Because when you don't do it well and play, you publish it in journals, local journal from 1/1 to 2/3, friends, to establish journals, and you say you are doing it well. No. Borrow from every discipline and improve your skills. It will help all of us. So let me just Just focusing again, one on conference attendance. The past mentioned, and I think it's also relevant. As you mentor people, and Professor to also mention, as you mentor people, take them to conferences. In short, if you attend any international conference, you don't see anybody from Southeast, you be the only person. I've never attended any top international conference and saw anybody from the Southeast. Washington, Ohio, Texas, Europe, anywhere. You see only your life. And they come with their Capacities. One old professor who come from another professor who come with other younger people. I not seen it before. So I continued, and I was there just at the point I had a grant in my faculty from the one I was making, and I was using to present people in Bible from the same morning. So what it means is that you go, try yourself, speak yourself, it's not easy, can never promise. And it's a chain reaction effect. Since then, I continue to make people, make friends, network with that simple sacrifice. So please do not ask me to collect your money from, because nobody will be willing to give you except yourself. Then, another area that I feel as important as one of is publishing with your supervisors. Very, very important, and mentors. Encourage them to publish with you. There's reason for co-authorship increasingly. I'm sure the university is already looking at it. So that co-authorship will not be a crime. It will not be way you can rather to improve. Single author, co-authorship better, because if you are take on single author over, you may be limited in terms of the scope and possibilities of publishing in good journals. So it's good that you also borrow from people. Maybe I will share my experiences. Maybe an experience of collaboration. In the past 5 years, I have published 22 papers alone. In the past 5 years, I have published 22 papers alone. Is there any problem? Okay. I've increasingly continued to publish my supervisors, my supervisors, my senior colleagues, and some of my international collaborators. And that's, it can be really overwhelming. It can turn your career. Like, you can say people are saying, well cited, currently I'm the most cited, most published psychologist in the country. But you can see, they really come one day, they develop a collaboration. If I'm doing it alone, I will have nothing where I am. And I'm sharing these 2 slides. My experience of publication. I have this. This one is my 2023 publication, just a selection of the about 6. I have about 10 publications already going in best journals on earth. When I talk about publication, I'm doing best journals on earth. Science journals, journals cannot take a publication. Journals are people in Harvard are finding the code of publication. Because our people selected in different countries, experts in different areas, in biology, in management. My area is more of management studies. But I still get some studies in social science, social political sciences, even within the order and others. I continue to move into different areas, depending on what the grants. Because if you don't have money, grants can also lead you to areas that you don't have more area. Because you are looking for money and you want to get it. This is those cited for all of them. You can see some of them 114 authors. 114 authors in one single study, done in more than 60 countries. You can see the quality of that. And that journal, it's not easy to publish anyone. Let me not tell you that. All these journals you have seen were publishing. That's not the first time we try them. We'll start with nature first. If you can't get nature, we'll go to science. Can't get science, we'll go to prehistoric academy of science. The first way to try first. If you didn't work, learn somewhere. But some of them are very, very, very good journals. Most of them are number 1 in their area. So you can see, including the one I'm working with my colleagues here. They are very smart colleagues within the country, very smart. When I say smart, they are young, they're very smart. So that's these 2. I also selected this. I think I have about 17 papers in 2022. So that's actually how it works. That's the magic of collaboration, magic of working with our students over and over. Some of them are my postgraduate students, some of them are my former students who are now professors, who are now mentoring others, and all of us working in a team. And it continues. I'm sure that in the next 10 years I should also be in the same place. Unless I believe to have problems with them. But I don't want to tell you. To plan around. If I needed another one, I would have managed with that one. Because it was not demanding so that it's program. So that's it. So I've already the one we talk about grants, you know, is money. Money that people give to do research. And they don't need any care, they have no care concept. So it must be a very good research that translates to changing the world. Again, fellowship is more than a grant. Fellowship they give you not only to do research, but also for you to be happy, to show that you have arrived. And my last point there is that you need to do something extraordinary to win the grant of fellowship. When you see people that won a grant, don't say it doesn't matter, they are very lucky. No lucky person has ever won a grant. No lucky person has ever won a fellowship. You must do something extraordinary. In one fellowship, they may be looking at they may have about 100 applications and are looking for 20 people. You know what it means? 1,000 applications looking for only 10, 20 people. All over the world. As I apply for this, people apply from Harvard, from Yale, from Stanford, from all the Cambridge, from Oxford. The best universities on earth are competing with you in that small space. So it's not easy, but it's well. And you cannot pay for less supply. Many people dey shoot and go than Fulbright because they are trying. Once you start trying after this program, you begin to get grants. When I come from Humboldt, for 2 persons have been a Humboldt and professors were almost retired. After that, I was the 10th person in my faculty to go to Humboldt. But when I come, I say that people will start going to Humboldt. By pushing them, talking to them, insisting that it's good. Because we want schools for Humboldt to be the host. You write 300 letters, does not reply. But you need to try. But since I came up to 5 people around that want to Humboldt from my faculty. One now, we believe in September 1. And more, many people are writing this. I'm sure before the close of this year, 1 or 2 people will continue failing. All of us, if I tell you how many fellowships I've written before, I'll get 1 or 2. Or how many grants I've applied for, don't ask me please. You apply for that to get 1, but that one is good enough. I've applied the national research for one before. It was 2020 that I got. So it's not every time you try that you get. In short, in that 2020 you try it, but I got one was rejected. It doesn't matter. We'll give it up some time and continue moving. The other people that we give more. So that's it. So it's not easy, but it's doable. I just have what the grant does for you. This summarized. It's a turning point. Someone, for example, I'll give you an example of Humboldt fellowship. They say once you're a Humboldtian, you're always a Humboldtian. Once you quit the Humboldt fellowship is for life. Throughout your life career, you are supported by the federal government. The money that doesn't have limit by German government. Now I'm qualified to go to become fellowship for 3 months. Funded, if they wish to follow you, fully paid. So some of these things can be a real turning point in your career. You need to network as much as possible and give you time to do your research. In short, you should what you like. In the Humboldt to arrive there, who asked me what I do, but to pay. Within that Humboldt, I was able to clean up all the 70 papers that are not part of my Humboldt research because I had time. What are you doing in Europe? No party, no nothing. The code is too much to come out. You have results in a lab from computer to computer. You join the course, you rush to continue our work. So you have more time. So fellowship can and also give you reputation. When you get somebody, if you are working at even in Germany, and the passport person here at the Enugu who knows what he's doing and say, please, pass. And if you are passing and say you are in Enugu, immigration, I was considered worse in Germany. I was the only black man that came into a city in a plane, and they stopped me because I'm black in Enugu and I know I'm protected. Made a stop, I started refuse. I said, what is the problem? You are foreign and something in this plane, and I'm the only black man in that. Why did they stop us line by line? Why is stopping me? He said, no, and German police are very difficult police. The people are going to say that they are planning something to cage you and lock you up. And I know that. I know what you mean to land and alcohol police. So he said, what do you mean? Just say what to touch, where are you coming from? I said, so I'm from Frankfurt. I said, okay, meanwhile, my name is Professor Socio, the Humboldt scholar. Oh, sorry, we didn't know. That was what people goes on to response. Oh, sorry, we didn't know. Thank you. They were trying to put me back. They just said, my name is Professor this, I'm a Humboldt scholar. Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. See you some other time. And that's it. So, increase your reputation all over the world, and it's very important. So, thanks, this source of fun. I'm not going to bother you with that. When I share it, you start crying. Huh? I have some of them listed. and Google them. You can also use them. How can that? So please, you can Google them. Then finally, the last slide, integrity issues. We should, as you supervise your students, please watch the integrity issues. You know, the push to publish and flourish or perish is there. When we begin to supervise students, the temptation we have for you to not to gain more portion. First of all, if they are contributing more, allow them to first of all. In short, if you look at all my publications, I'm normally the last of it. For anything that comes from my lab, I'm the last of it. I allow my students to be the first of all. Not only because they have worked hard, but it's their project. In as much as sometimes they come from my own quiet knowledge, but I have put in a lot of time there. So allow them to move. And they can also get them to move forward. And when they are trying fellowship, they may also be interested that no matter of students we have to produce. And those publication patterns will show which one is you are own, which one is your student. So it's very, very important. In short, sometimes, even if they didn't contribute so much, sometimes give them some opportunities. Like I give an example. I was in a fellowship last year, in 3 months fellowship at University of Rhodes, South Africa. And I was doing a project, but I started thinking of that project with my students long ago, on African time. I spent time on that particular project, though I have students also, my master's degree project, and they were part of it. I was lead author in the first project. Next one of my major person that I discussed with earlier, I felt ends in the lead authorship. And I asked him for this one to be the lead author, I'll be the last one. Because I started discussing this project with you about 5-6 years ago. So this is actually how it goes. And it's happening. It's excited. And you train the students that are following him in the same way. I think that's what I feel wanted us to do. All the conclusion here is now started. Just to summarize what we have done. When we go through that, say that it's actually expected to make overt of knowledge. And all of them also facilitate collaboration to push you to do the best research. If you collaborate to do a more quality research, and increasingly people are looking at others. Some proposals require that you have co-authors. Sometimes diversity, gender, young, old, universities, you need people in other universities, you need people in other countries, depending on the nature of the proposal. But most proposals require that diversity. It must be robust and open. So don't think so selfish. If you think so selfish, you are going to remain here in this suit. If you think wider, don't bother about that little contribution and don't feel you are the only person for the process. Don't do that.
Please, rise innovation. This is another masquerade. Big masquerade. Please sit down. Yeah, please sit down. Entertainment for you. Sit down. And most importantly, another round of applause for this academic Professor Iko on the Department of Psychology, the University of Nigeria. Thank you. Pay attention please, because we are going into another session which will take no less than 30 minutes, and that is question and answer. Question and answer will be going on simultaneously with entertainment. And the Dean of School of Postgraduate Studies, the Dean of Peace, Professor Enugu, is not right. Question or comment. You can make comments on the presentations that are areas of your concern. You can even ask questions, provided you do it within 1 minute. Question or comment. But before then, please pay attention. I don't know whether you were agitated the way I was agitated when these people were presenting. When you look at our domain as intellectual workers,
you give reasons, and I do not understand those reasons. Please, I would like you to put more light there. More than 3 questions. Maybe the last one. What is the advantages of co-author publication? When single author publication in assessment or appraisal earns 3 marks, and co-authors earn 2 marks in a suit. Thank you very much. Any other person from this angle? Question? Comments? Thank you very much. Okay, this side. Any question, comments?
My name is Melody Ozo from Psychology Department. Thank you very much, Professor. My question is, in a gathering like this, during the presentations, is there a way it can be completed into the program or given to the participants so that we have it handy? We don't get everything when it's being presented. That's number one question. And then my comment is, can the school, the research body, have a yearly caucus and say, this year, the academic section or the student, we need so research on so area. These are the needs we've noticed from the country where researchers are needed. So that as students are being enrolled into their programs in their different departments, you see from the Department of Psychology, for instance, we need researchers in this area. These are the problem of the country. This is what the state needs, and this is what the school needs. Who is coming up with a research topic on this area, and we need people to participate. Thank you very much.
Is there anybody? Okay. Yeah.
Please, my question is, my name is Kingsley Okoungu from Industrial Physics, Faculty of Applied Natural Science. My question is, basically, why do we often give more attention or relevance to more of all these international journals, when we know that some local journals here have more influence and more output? Because we all know that most of these international journals, all they're interested in money, garbaging and everything. Why don't we give more relevance to our own Africans and Nigerian journals? That's okay.
Thank you very much. And Professor Ish, to add to what he said, many people regard this emphasis on international journal as a way of extension of colonialism. That is no colonialism. I think that's what you're saying. Thank you. I think I have finished this side. I said here, I'm moving. Okay, my sister, thank you.
Sorry, mine is just a request to have a formal event. Please, sir, I would like us, if there's a way we can have a slide of this wonderful presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, somebody has said it before. I'm sure it's going to go down. The slide will go down. But I was there, you didn't raise my hand now. Okay, is that right? I'm moving this way.
Good afternoon, guest speaker, Professor Ishi. It's quite instructive listening to you. Anyway, my name is Chelusu Nekolo, Professor of Accountancy, State University of Science and Technology. Well, I'm elected that we are having a session like this. And I want to thank you for obliging us for time. But from what you have built out, you are a very busy scholar. And I want to thank you too for coming to agitate our minds on what we should be doing. Because we are thinking global. And thank God for our VC who have come out with very clear corporate maps on how to get there. And what you have come to do today, together with Professor Doctoral, is adding a lot of spices to the program, to the roadmap that he has already charted for us. So thank you very much. I want to say that, please, my person, I want us to anchor this. Let us be having a yearly discourse. Or by annually, please, sir, I'm begging that we should continue to have programs like this. Perhaps by annually, because what our visitors have told us today, if not for anything, it has can't validate some of the crimes that we have been be mentored. Let the younger lecturers get themselves to be mentored. You can't be.
And I couldn't quite ever. My name is Uche, and I'm a student in the Aid Management Department. I wish to thank the two speakers. My comment and my question would be on a general note. One is, when finding it difficult on this issue of our university's email, official email, is a challenge to us, and I've raised it several times. It's a challenge getting through to certain materials online. When you request for our email, official email, it's difficult to get. We've been asking for it. Another one is, what are the processes to getting into this Google scholarship issue? What step do we take to get into that?
Let me stand on the existing protocol. Let me just give my question. My question goes to the first presenter. Okay. My name is Professor Linus Wash of the Department of Mass Communication. My question goes to the first presenter, Professor Onodu. He made a hypothetical statement that the society is moving away from certificate-based to merit-based. My question is it achievable in a country like Nigeria where the president, the person that he merited to become the president will not become the president, and the person did not merit to become the president is now the president. Is it achievable by saying that the society is moving from the certificate conscious to the merit based? Is it possible?
Thank you very much.
My name is Siboke Precious Drama. I'm in the Department of Guidance and Counseling. I'm running for my master's program. First of all, I want to appreciate the Dean of Postgraduate Studies. You gave us an opportunity that we can't even imagine. Some of us have not published paper before, but with this conference, we are opportune to do so. And a lot of people, like last week, everybody was just running helter-skelter. The Dean have already encouraged us to do this and do that. With the last meeting we had, you gave us a strength in the spiritual realm without knowing. And also, I want to use my department as a case of study and example to others. All the lecturers in guidance and counseling are putting us through in research work. Everybody in my set published a paper in this conference. So please, let all departments emulate from guidance and counseling and coach people that are coming up. Thank you.
Thank you.
My own is just a commendation. I stand to commend the Dean of the PG School for the harvest of success like this within 1 month. I just key into that success because my own is coming up September 27th. 2023. That grace that is upon you, I claim it, I keep to it in the name of Jesus. Thank you very much for making this thing possible. At least this morning I have been here and I have been happy. And those things I have tapped, I'm going back to implement so that even our own will be greater than this to the glory of God. In the name of Jesus. Amen.
Thank you, my dear.
Computer science, precisely. Yeah. When the leaders were talking, I had somebody that was related to ITU. And my interest went there as well as looking at me. I was only by then. So it is my interest to get into something. Because there was a time I went to Sukasong 13 years back.
to see whether I can commercialize anything electrical. Because I studied electrical electronics, computer in architect, one professor and most of them were there. So that was what captivated my interest to getting commercializing some pilot products. You know, Professor Morrison and co, they established what they call a pilot station of cellular communication. We the overseas people were not actually perfecting as much as we had during the cellular era, because I was a part of the school. So it is my desire to get into those things that could be commercialized by private effort from these institutions. That's what I want to say.
Yes, yeah, he will be there. Before the microphone gets to you, my boy, I want to lend my voice to one of the speakers so that we play them together. Personally, I'm an Africanist, a great Africanist with great panache. We believe that Africans, Nigerians, can also be a source of reference the way some of these cited works and journals emanating from the West, Europe and America. So some of us feel that my question and my concern is there no way some of us from this side can also provide a platform which will be a kind of mandatory platform for Europeans and Americans who equally want to be professors and promoted to also emulate and the right on our own platform, the way we push to right on their own. Can we continue? But one is said that how long shall we continue to fold our arms while they continue to kill our prophets? Some people see this as extension of neocolonialism. So some of us that are leftists and Africanist scholars are saying that we should do enough to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. That is an angle we need to work. So the white men will equally blame us. Because most of the delegates we are more intelligent than them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone. I'm really excited to understand that we are all interested in what we are discussing. I'm really excited, and I think it should be really interesting to all of us. But this is a business that we have decided to face, and the majority of us will be doing it for the rest of our life. So I'll just start from what our corporate chair, one said it, and I think it's the third speaker that was talking. Why do we give relevance to international journals and not our own? The same thing with what he's talking about in terms of why not think cool. I think I don't have a problem with that. But I don't think we are limited in any way. I'll give you an example. There's one journal that has become very, very popular here. For some of you who publish events, that's the Nigerian Journal of Clinical Practice. It is ranked in terms of Reuters rate, and it has a power factor close to 1.009. And I read the last edition published May 2023. And if you look at the categories of people or spread of people publishing there, they're from everywhere. From Europe, from India, from Pakistan, from South Africa, from Egypt, everywhere in the world are publishing in the Nigerian Journal of Clinical Practice. The simple thing that you should know, and there's no denying, we are not doing scholarship. If you start publishing those and studies in those journals, nobody will take you seriously. But if you build a journal with reputation and continue to publish it consistently over time with groundbreaking studies, the world will be interested in it, and it will grow over time. There's no need, the problem I have here is hypocrisy, and people are not just saying the truth. to have a journal that does not do anything, just 2-3 people who are senior lecturers that want to be professors, who float one journal. They publish it for 1, for 2, for 3, for 4. Once they become professors, the journal will die. And that's the journal that will feel like American, somebody from Harvard will be publishing. He will not do that. He will not waste his time, hard-earned time, to publish his research and study that has taken him money to execute in that journal. It's not possible. So the simple thing that once we start doing something well, the world will be looking at us. And there is no many journals including the University of Nigeria are already creating impact rating. Like there's one journal in African studies, IKE. It's in there. That IKE that we need to publish the people like this. There's also some other journal in technology and engineering that are rising. So it's good to sustain the writing over time with quality writing and publication. Nobody will publish here because they want to be African. No. And also there's also one thing to don't think about. There's no, we are talking about the West. The journal is published by Springer in UK. People are publishing from Germany, people are publishing from Australia. Chinese are publishing there. It's not about the location of that journal, but they are publishing groundbreaking studies. And all of us will be competing. Don't feel that people from Afghanistan, many people from Ethiopia, many people from Cameroon, many people from Ghana, all part of Africa, Indians. So we had Indian professors, Indian students, don't know they go from India to University of Nigeria. But where are they? There are no more. We have destroyed the system. So we must be international in nature and start doing something that can compete and attract people. There's no need to waste our time there. Well, let's start doing the right thing. So I think we have responded to that. I think team and coach supervision, I don't want to say, but it doesn't matter. When we say we can have one supervisor supervising or that or team supervising, you can call it co-2 or whatever. But team means many, not more than one. So use any nomenclature, it's not an issue for me. Call it any name you want. But those in political science that struggle with concept and consorts and to define it the way they want. But give it any definition. But what I wanted to say is that you can have one person supervising one person. They can have more than one. They can have all the implications. This co-authorship is a problem. You mentioned the co-authorship is a problem in a university that emphasizes single authorship. But it's no more. I'm sure that this is already discussing it. In the review of your university, appraisal or whatever rules, it will change. It's not going to change that single author will not be more or lead author will not attract more. No, it will attract. But that does not mean that co-authorship will be solo. It will not be solo. Like UNF, for example, if you are authored by one, he has a score. Maybe 5 points for A, for one single author. Co-authors, A, 4 points. Co-author will up to maybe 5, up to 3, 4 points. Co-author above 3 points. So it's not a problem. It's not a problem because over time, if you are very with co-authors, you score your normal points and you move on. So it's not an issue. But if you continue to look at co-author to score a point and you don't get published at all, what happens? It's not the issue is that if what you are saying it is because they have not emphasized we need to publish a very top journal. For example, those in economics, if they say that if you don't publish in American Economic Review, that you cannot be promoted professor, you needed at least, even if you have 5 million authors, provided you get published there. As to start emphasizing good publications, but they are not emphasizing that you cannot be sold for no, but they have different points. I think all over the world, that's the practice. But what they want to do is for you to demonstrate your scholarship at on top. You can have 1 or 2 single authors, but you can have up to 20, 30 authors that can go up. But they can see your contributions in all the publications. But the increasingly universities are changing because of email or whatever. Then again, I think some of them are comments, you take it. That's for the school of PhD school, I think they have done well. They can sustain it over time. In other parts of the world, PhD school have this kind of research method workshop on a monthly basis. The skill is very important. It's not a one-off thing. You cannot learn all the skills in one single workshop. It's a continuous thing. Every month, every day, you continue learning. Part of the training PG program is skill acquisition, and precise skill is number one. So it's not to thank the program that they did for that. So the
You are God from beginning to the end. There's no place for argument. You are God all by yourself. You are God from beginning to the end.